just so you know, this meeting is being recorded. Welcome, everybody. Hey, this week we have all familiar faces, which is totally cool, but we want some unfamiliar faces on too. So next week, let's get some newbies on here. But anyways, I love seeing all of you guys. It is the first of the month, July 2021. So excited that that falls on a Thursday. We do these meetings every first and third Thursday of the month. And it's just a good time for us to get together as a team. We have lots of other trainings. Well, actually, we have some less training. So if you didn't see from last week or the week before, we're no longer having Monday calls. So no longer the Monday Dr. A call or the field-led training. So that's going away for the time being. I don't know. They kind of made it sound like maybe something after convention. They're going to come up with something new. But for now, that is no longer on the books. But Valentine training is still on at 8 o'clock Central. Yes, 6 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock Central. So that's still on, which I don't know if you were on Monday, but I was. So that's great. So they're going to change that up a little bit. It's not going to be so much of just like the hangout. They're going to actually have some more specific training, which will be good. So anyway, so Mondays, there's still training available, just not quite as long because, you know, that was a lot on Monday, but I loved it. I always tuned in whenever I could, unless we had something going on. So anyways, Mondays, and nothing will change for us. We'll just continue to do ours unless they throw some weird training in the middle of a Thursday, but I don't think they will. So we are good. I was talking with Tammy, thought I'd say, hey, can you help me on tonight's call? And so we're just going to kind of do some quick things that's kind of working for her, but obviously some quick tips for summer, which all you guys have been coaching for a little while. So it may be just a reminder, probably nothing mind-blowing, but it is good to just remind yourself of the little daily activities, because you know, the little things that we do, the little tweaks that we do can get us like off track in our journey, right? You know that, like a little extra nuts or a little extra cheese. We went to the Tillamook factory today. I stayed away from ice cream, guys, so just FYI, but I did buy some cheese. But you know, those little things, but the little things that we do that are positive can also make a big impact too. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about here, summer edition of consistency, I guess. So Tammy, do you want to go ahead and kick it off a little bit and talk about your bear fight that you got into in the woods?
So I did not get into a bear fight. I did not get into a bar fight. Skin health is important, AKA put sunscreen on your face when you don't, even when you don't think you need it. Apply it every single day. They make like a low grade one, but I've been having some sun damage treatment done on my skin, and what I thought was an underlying, zit turned out to be sun damage that was lifting to the surface. So this will all go away, but it just really, like, today looks 1,000% better than it did yesterday. Yesterday was really, really dark. So I'm okay. But so we are going to do, so one thing that I have been seeing a lot is we know that in summertime, our businesses can kind of go like this, right? We have clients that sometimes won't stay on program properly. And what does that do? That sometimes becomes a little frustrating. Sometimes even like we get the best of ourselves, or we have clients that are stopping, or it seems like we're not having as many like health assessments. It's just it gets a little weird in the summer. But I'm here to tell you that like the weird doesn't last, but this is where consistency and what's going on in the background is so incredibly important. And I'm going to say way more than the background than just conversations and posts and your health. Your health is a super big one, okay? But I'm talking about like the self-talk that's going on in your head, okay? So this is where what we tell ourselves about ourselves. And how we feel about ourselves is the people that we're going to attract. So if you want to attract stronger people in your life, in your business, you have to show up strong, and it's going to take time to build that. So with a lot of us, some of the executive directors and hires went through this FIBIC mastermind, and with a FIBIC mastermind, we were given some affirmations. Okay, so with the affirmations, some of them can be a little bit difficult in moments, because it's going to sometimes when we read these things, the number one thing I've heard from multiple people is that that's not me. So, and I'll share these affirmations in our thread, and Jason will share them in his, because I think they're great. I think they're great for anybody outside of just executive director to FIBIC. But some of them, like Megan wrote this, it says, I only get one life and one today, and I will make the most of it. I'm a speaker of life, love, and what's to come. There's I fuel my body and eat according to my goals. I exercise and grow stronger every day. So sometimes if you are reading these things and you're not currently doing them, it can make you feel like almost like, well, that's not me. That's not what I'm currently doing. And it gives you this vibe on the inside, right? You're like, well, I'm saying something that's really not happening. But so then you're allowing the negative mindset to come in. And with negative mindset, it reflects everywhere. Okay. So the point in doing them, and not just reading them, it's actually saying them out loud, because reading doesn't give you enough. It's actually voicing it, and voicing it with authority. So we are going to do something real quick, and then I'm going to have someone come on and share how this has worked for them. But everyone stand up. If you have your phone, set your phone down and stand up. Okay. Right side up. And if you've been on a Zoom with me, you know that I do this a lot. Okay, so stand, Wonder Woman. Okay, Kevin, that means, and Jason, that means Wonder Woman. Okay, like this. Okay, so, oh, and if you're on mute, unmute yourself. Okay, sorry, I probably should have said that.
What is it?
Okay.
Kevin said he's wearing sweatpants. He's not doing that.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so okay, so you're standing tall, you're standing strong, okay? So when you are reading your affirmations and you're saying them out loud, you should stand like this. This is what we call a power pose, okay? So tell me, how do you feel standing in your power pose? Say it out loud. What is it? What are the feelings you have?
A little silly right now.
Thank you, Terry.
Yep. All right.
Awkward.
Powerful.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you. Yes. See, like if you stand with authority and within, like you are taking your power back. You can all sit down now. Okay. But like in order to change like physiology, in order to change your energy, you have to move. Okay. So like sitting slouched over, telling yourself these affirmations, you're going to be like, I get one life. Okay. No, because like if you're going to stand and you're like super power pose, you're going to show up strong. Knock it off. Stop laughing at me. But this is important because it makes a difference. And when you start showing up great for yourself in here, in the back of your head, and you start believing the things that you're telling yourself, you're going to see it come out in front of your eyes and yourself. So incredibly important. So I asked Miss Mary Anderson and Kevin, maybe Kevin will have some truth bombs to throw in here. I don't know, maybe, to share, because this is something that, and maybe you can share a little backstory and then how this has helped you.
All right. So the reason I laughed, and sorry, I forgot that we were unmuted. The reason I laughed is because we were on a Zoom 2 weeks ago and I was kind of in a struggle. I kind of have a thing where I go really good for a while and then I go, and I kind of put myself in a little cocoon after it's been too people-y for me. And so it's something that I'm working on. I have learned that I'm an introverted extrovert, so working on it. So Tammy asked me a couple of weeks ago to stand up and read these affirmations. And just And yes, Kevin's an overachiever and has them laminated for both of us.
I did that because I have it in my car that way.
And so I was going through and I started reading them and I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. And I sounded exactly like Tammy did when I was like reading them. I couldn't even say that out loud because I felt so false and like I wasn't turning up like myself. So I sat in the quiet for a little while and kind of thought about it. I've tried some different activities. I've tried being more outgoing this last week. It's made a huge difference. And so when I get all my moments when I'm like mowing or doing something like that. That's where I have my like deep conversations with myself. And so I wrote these affirmations in my head and said them out loud. So if my neighbors heard me, I apologize to all of them, but they know who I'm showing up as now. I'm an honest person. I show up for my clients and my business every day. I hold true to my promises. I want to attract the people out there that are striving for perfection, but know they are not perfect. I attract the people to me that need and want hope in their lives. I hold tight to my goals and strive to be better daily. I show up in my life daily. I am a leader and I attract more people to me that also want to be leaders. So I kind of got a challenge where I was kind of asked, like, who are you reaching out to when you are like doing your posts and sharing program, like who are you trying to attract? And I really was lost on that because I'm not like, my kids are older now, so I'm not the mom wanting to talk to all the moms, and I'm not like in the certain circles or activities anymore because they're out of school. So I was trying to find like where my place is. And through doing that and reconnecting with a bunch of people, I actually found somebody reached out to me, and had no idea that she's been following me, nothing at all. And she was like, the reason I follow you and your husband and the reason that I want to work with you so badly is because you guys show consistency. You show that this program works and it shows for a long period of time, but you've also changed so many aspects of your life, like Kevin going and running and doing the gym and trying these different activities. She goes, I love the fact that you guys have changed so much. And so that kind of answered my question for me of who do I attract, and kind of helped me. So between the affirmations and that changed a lot of things for me, but I had to get out of my hole, get out of that cocoon. It took a lot of great conversations that I might not have liked in the moment. So if you have those conversations with your friends or your mentors, take them for what they are. I mean, if they upset you, just think twice. Do they upset you because they're saying them or because they're true? If it's because they're true, then there's probably something deeper in there that you just need to look at yourself a little bit more because they are saying it to help you.
Want to throw anything on top of that, Kevin?
I think when I started reading mine on the way home and reading them out loud did help a lot. But I think as far as me reading them, it took me out of my work mode and put it into my own mode. Out of my doing my job to doing what I want to do. It kind of set me up. By the time I got done reading them and got home, it set me up for my own business, what I actually want to achieve, not what everyone else wants me to achieve. So I think affirmation wise, it took me into my head that I can do what I want to do, not what I was told to do.
Yes, love it. Thank you so much for being willing to share on like such last minute notice, because I was like, hey, you gotta be on Team Adams. So, but it's important because like we all have our moments. I guarantee you, like Jason and I have those moments where we still like however old we are, like I'm 38, like I've been living this life for 38 years. And it's something I talk to clients about. I have 38 years of sugar addictions and habits that is still learning to rewrite them. But it's also like in growth and growing into this new person, you have that resistance of your old self and wanting to fall back into your old self. So it's pulling yourself and rising yourself above. And that's where the self-talk is so incredibly important. And it will reflect in every single one of your business activities from here on out, in the people you attract and how well your clients do and just where you go. So thank you for asking me to share. Hopefully I did you a good deal. And keep rocking. Thanks.
Awesome, guys. I love that. Yeah, and I have 42 years of negative self-talk. So yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. You know, I always think of the quote or the saying, like, would you talk to your children the way you talk to yourself? Like, that's always the thing I go back to, and I'm like, no way, man. They would be like crying all the time and like in a corner, like, dad doesn't love me. But that's kind of the way we talk to ourselves and just continually beat up on ourselves. And somehow that's like, I don't know if we think that's productive, or it's creating this self-fulfilling prophecy of, then you can say, oh, see, I knew I couldn't do that. I knew I couldn't achieve that next goal. I knew I couldn't be successful in my health, because we're just speaking it because we're so afraid of failing that we just set ourselves up to say, oh, well, I was going to fail anyway. And so I wanted to talk. Tammy was talking about the power pose, and I was doing it for a little while. I need to get back into doing it. So thanks for the reminder. Because Tony Robbins talks a lot about that and doing that exact same pose. He doesn't call it the Wonder Woman pose, but you can call it whatever suits you, right? Whatever kind of pose suits you, but it's your power pose. And that's what it is. It's putting yourself in that state. And that's what like he teaches that a lot on, is putting yourself in that state. Like, he has like the physical, like you have like a physical reminder. I think his is like he slaps himself on the chest or something. And basically what it does is just kind of snaps you out of, that negative place that you're in. So that could be your power pose. It could be something else. It could be like, I don't know, doing like the Cabbage Patch or something that just kind of snaps you out of it and gets you back into a place where you can be like, wait a minute, why am I going down this path? Is this true? Is this just a story I'm making up? Tammy and I are in Bob Heilig's trainings, and he talks a lot about your red light story. And it's a story that you make up for yourself that is probably not even close to the truth, but you make it up for yourself. So you have an excuse of why not to continue to do the work to push you forward. But you guys, I didn't really have like a specific plan for tonight. I was just going to kind of, throw out some things, but you guys pretty much gave me everything I need to talk about. So thank you. Great job, Tammy, Kevin, Mary. Awesome job. One, clients falling off. It's summer, guys. Like, most of us have been doing this more than a year, so we kind of know what to expect. But the thing I love about this season is you really see the people that want it, right? You see the people that are like, I don't care what month it is. Like, I really want this change. And those are the people you can really plug into. And maybe those are your future coaches, or maybe those are your future referral candidates. Bless you, Tammy. Or they're just people that are going to change their life because they want it. So remember that. Don't forget about those people, right? We can get kind of bummed and down on ourselves because, Susie Quitter didn't place an order this month, but we kind of forget about, Debbie over here that's just been rocking it and has been continuing and has been, consistent in their own health, and just celebrate that with them. And don't forget that. And, the biggest thing too, like summer, like whether people fall off or not, we show up the same, right? Like what Mary's talking about is showing up differently. Like, we show up the same, regardless of what month it is. Tammy is continuing her health journey, she's working out, she's pulling people in with her. I love it. Terry said she rocked her workout the other day. But you know what? That's just showing that consistency that Kevin was talking about, and showing up as the same person regardless of what month it is. Let me see. I have some notes over here. The affirmations. Okay, so when I got Meg's affirmations, I put them up on the wall. I was reading them, and just kind of like what Mary was saying, like they weren't me, right? So those weren't my words. I wasn't saying, "Hey, you got this, girl." Of course, I wasn't saying that, but like they weren't my words. So you have to put your words to it if that doesn't fit. I think what Meg has written down is amazing because she's really good with that. But make it your own. If that doesn't jive with you, make it your own. Make your own affirmations. What are your goals? Who are you showing up as? And that doesn't mean that you're that person today. This is the person you want to be, and this is the person you want yourself to believe that you are. Because if you don't believe you are, it doesn't matter. You could do all the action in the world. There's always going to be something holding you back. You know, I know sometimes people talk about like, it doesn't matter the self-belief. It's just, you know, doing the action. Well, I kind of disagree with that because you will only do the action so long until you start believing in yourself. And that's what those affirmations are, because we've beat ourselves up so much internally that we need to start building ourselves back up. And speaking those out loud, like you guys are talking about, like that is going to get into your subconscious, and that is going to get to where you actually start believing those words and start feeling that, and then do your power pose. Just walk around your power pose all over the place, right? Because you are showing up as a person that you want to be. I'll be very transparent because this is something that 6 years later I still work on. I still have a tough time with, and I don't know why. Like, I'll get a little emotional about it because I still have a tough time with it because it's something that I still work on, right? I still work on believing in myself. So if you ever see like the Valentine calls and you hop on, and then Dan will affirm you, or like if we're on a Zoom, obviously Dan's my mentor. So if I'm on a Zoom, maybe we're doing like a, you know, welcoming a new coach in or whatever, and Dan will go, Jason, he's an incredible leader. He's like one of the best. And I'll be honest, I have a hard time believing that for myself. Like, so he says that, and like I'll be like maybe I'm saying something on Zoom and he says that, and I'm just like, oh, like, thanks, you know, like I'm not quite believing that, you know. And but the thing is Dan's not just saying it to say it. Dan is saying it to what he sees, right? And so we've got to start seeing it for ourselves. So that's what those affirmations are all about. And I guess I better write that down on mine. Huh. So we're almost out of time, but really what I wanted to go on tonight is, guys, like we all know this because this most of the people on the call are not new, but what you do right now is going to set you up for the next few months. Like, so don't show up right now and don't expect to see results come fall. Don't be consistent right now. Don't expect people to be knocking down your door, right? This is all about consistency, and this is all about doing the work right now that you will get paid for later on. That's what a lot of our business is about. Sometimes we hop on as a coach and all of a sudden, like, I just signed up 30 clients in 2 months. Like, what is happening? That doesn't last forever, right? That's like the instant gratification, which everybody wants that, but that's not the reality of it. That's not how our business actually works. Our business is all about doing all the work in the front and getting paid exponentially at the back end, because the work that you put in now is going to be the next clients come September, your next clients come October, November, December. Like, that all starts now, and staying consistent in your time. And if you need different ideas, you're like, hey, I feel like I'm kind of spinning my wheels, reach out to your mentor. You know, I think one thing that a lot of us, or the majority of us kind of building businesses, are missing out on is like Facebook groups, getting in, finding new people to connect with. You know, like Tammy's talking about, kind of leveling up the people that you're connecting with. Get into those groups. Maybe those groups are a little uncomfortable because you're like, I don't know if I have any value to bring to these groups, but you're going to be brought up, right? Rising tide raises all ships. Like, get into some places where you want to be with these type of people. If that's, you know, personal growth groups, if that's like somebody, like I said, like Tony Robbins, or you know, other speakers like that, get into some of those groups, because those are all people that are trying to move forward. And once you start leveling up a little bit, you're going to be surprised by some more of the people that are coming onto your team. So summer, be consistent, guys. Don't don't get into that vacation mode on this, because if you really, now, hey, it's your business, you do whatever you want with it. But if you want this to be something more successful that is going to be paying you way more than the time that you actually put into it, like right now is the time to double down, get those conversations up, get those connections up, clear out some of that friend list that you just, they're not coming with you. You know, we all have those friends where you see those posts and you're like, I don't know if should I be friends with them or not. I'll just unfollow them for a while. You know, clear that out, guys. If those people aren't on the same level and aren't willing to move up with you, maybe clear some space for some people that are. Maybe it's time to just start new and start bringing on some of those people that you do want to connect with and you do want to build a business with, because, you know, I love all you guys. And but I really look forward to the new people that are going to come on and the new people that we're going to be able to help. I really look forward to that. And all the people out there that we haven't even met yet that are going to be part of this and part of this call in the future. So that's my little summer message so far. So if you have people on your team that need to see this, make sure to get it out, because I think this is a great call. You guys, Tammy, Kevin, Mary did awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, and definitely share this out. I'll get it out later. And I think some people need to hear what they shared. All right. See you guys later. Bye.